a good game, their draft could get a little bit awkward. So safe lane from Nigma, mid lane from Nigma. They are really going to need to shine in this game to get the ball rolling.
Prepare for battle.
And to be fair, like, we have no reason not to believe that their lanes will go well. You know, they've had good lanes so far throughout the tournament. It's just been what follows from that, which has been a little sticky. Meanwhile, Quest, you know, they've got lots of comeback potential as well on this team. You know, any game with a Faceless Void in it, you're always looking for those Chronos, you're always looking for those moments, and they've got plenty of damage to throw into a Chronosphere as well, which is nice to see. Sometimes teams, they do kind of not really worry about the damage in Chrono. And to be fair, in a lot of games, you don't really need it as well. But it's a very, very nice extra thing to have. So you're going to have Finger, you're going to have Illuminate, you're going to have Impetuses flying into that Chronosphere. Like, if you're caught in a Chrono, then you're going to have some issues. And that's something which, especially the Storm Spirit and the Slark, are going to have to be thinking about. As well, something else to mention, there is no save in the Chrono as well. You don't have a Shadow Demon, you don't have Avenge. So things are going to be very difficult. And yeah, many eyes on TA2000. You know, there's a possibility for him to have a stellar game here.
They do have one save. They have Slark, Depth Shout.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So if
What
the primary target,
shout, though? It's like,
it's 600.
oh, it's all right.
It's decent. To cast it, he probably needs to be on the correct side of the Chrono, right? So if you're on the left side of Chrono getting Chronoed, if he's on the right, he won't be able to like Depth Shroud across the entire thing, right? He'll be able to always get to the center from the side he's on.
Aether Lens, Miracle, that's what I want to see. But both teams circling around each other here. Tier 2000 has been seen. Miracle is going to give them the vision. Things being made. Quest, they are aware. Both teams communicating a lot right now. Tier 2000 is the one kind of leading the charge for Quest. Plus one team has the Pudge. There is always that hook potential. I feel like Quest might just back themselves away and take the bottom two runes. Here we go, as he continues to just kind of roam around the map together. Uh-oh, they're a little split now. Quest might see an opportunity. That they do. Omar leaning forward, stun out onto Kuro. Kuroki in a lot of trouble here. The right click's coming through, but the rest of the team, they're still looking over towards. Oh, FBZ comes in with a bounty steal, in fact. Blood Grenade coming through. Omar's now the one in trouble. Right clicks galore, and Matthew's going to draw first blood onto Omar. Samael taking hits. I mean, he might just want to die here rather than turn up to lane with no HP, but he will do a lot of damage to TA2000 in the process, which might set up for another kill here as FBZ will claim it. The only problem is that Samael dies, and there is a lane at mid, which is now unattended. Just waiting for him to come back. Noob's going to be able to get at least a couple of creeps here. Coddle as well, which is an annoying one because he can kind of get the creep wave low and then go for the Illuminate, just like so. But no, not a huge disappointment for Smell here. So
quite the start. Net advantage to Nigma, of course. They do get the 2 kills and they get the first blood. So FPT and Matthew, they're going to be pretty happy in going into this offlane together. Bringing out already like a bracer and some extra regen to the lane.
Yeah, just a wand and also a Blightstone for Matthew as well. So that's going to really kind of amp up that little shred of damage coming out. Kaori, Jesus, the little deer. Ever seen a guy go hunting with a machine gun? Well, you have now. Damage coming
Wait, have you
back
not played
from
Power
Enchant
World?
is ridiculous. I have not. A lot of trading going on in these side lanes here. I mean, everybody knows how important they're going to be, but it's all on the cause to just try and keep calm in amongst all this violence and just keep the money coming on through. Miracle and Samael especially, you talked about how important it is for them to do well. You'd never want them to be in a position where they can kind of just get solo chronoed and die. Of course, late game, that's not really something which is possible to prevent, but early on, you know, you just want to keep a bit of an advantage, get a couple of items ahead. You should be okay.
Yeah, and Sumo's done a very good job in the mid lane, right? 14 for 1. He's bullying the creeps down so that Noob just can't get the CS. Not really denying, but still just playing around with the waves so that he has, what, a 6 CS advantage now at the 2-minute mark. Yeah, I think overall
he doesn't have a bottle at 2 minutes yet.
He got 2 assists and he bought Null and a wand, right? So
yeah,
he probably I'm guessing he bought out during his death and then went, whoops.
Nice job, Kuroki. It's off the punch kill.
Yeah, they need to get kills in the bot lane, right? Like, I was talking about how this lane will be volatile. If they go aggressive but don't have resources and die, then suddenly Pudge is very independent, doesn't really care. If they get the kills and kind of keep up that region, get the 3-minute Lotus, and this will be a killer lane. So, yeah. Omar and Malik need to respect. I mean, but again, both sides need to respect. It's like they have so much kill potential on either side. It really is
it's
about execution. Yeah, and now the triple range creep gets pushed into Pudge. So even though he dies, he's like, well, whatever. Let me just farm up my my level 3.
Yeah, and it's not one of those games where the sport can go and stand there and try and threaten the denies either, because there's a Pudge on a Lion. You're 100% getting hooked under tower in that situation, so back yourself away. Just let him take the farm. But I've been interested to see what, like, I mean, you know, FPZ and Matthew, they were the first blood and the second kill, so kind of expecting big things from them in this lane, but it's a tough lane to really kind of take control of. Enchantress is such a strong laner. Faceless Void, you know, he's hard to take out of lane. So
it does boil down to the stuns they have. T2000, he's going a little bit aggressive with the dilation, but yeah, once again, Mars, his stun on his spear is only 1.3 seconds. The cookie, 1 second. So they'd need to combo both perfectly to then get rid of that time walk 2-second duration, right? The backtrack duration.
Yeah.
It's so much awkwardness to then. So you got to do damage, hit a perfect spear into a stun, and he'll still time walk off half the damage. It's just not perfect. But Kaori, he steps up.
He just gets blown up. The damage is
what
there.
A combo.
Yeah, Matthew is there with the wand as well.
And time walks on cooldown.
Yep. I won't be able to finish the job on him, but definitely do a lot of damage and keep him out of lane. And yeah, that's going to be another lane going the way of Nigma Galaxy, I reckon. That should do it.
And what a little combo, right? Like 2 points little shredder into the 2 points rebuke. You reduce their armor, then you just smash them in the face with a blades of attack double brace of Mars. That is quite the combo, Corey. He's going to have to respect that. Same thing with T2000. Him jumping in, throwing out these dilations. His time walks on cooldown. He might just go down. Matthew, he has the Lotus, but doesn't want to use it.
Yeah. No chance he's getting away from that one, I don't think.
Even Noob's TP'd up.
Yeah, what the hell? They don't like FPZ, apparently. FPZ going for the TP out, though, with the spear, and actually, that's a great play.
It's such a classic Noob play, right? And Noob the player, not Noob the meaning of the word. He loves to...
I was going to say, tuck.
He loves to make moves on the map, right? He sees the hero steps up.
Kuroki down to the bottom side, a victim off the Earth Spike into hook maneuver, but Samael makes a rotation, and that's going to get them the return kill onto Malik. Not worth.
You can just feel the tension from the mid, right? They're both pushing out the waves, they're both looking to the side lanes, they're hungry for the kill. Noob goes top, doesn't get the kill. Sumo goes bottom, instantly gets the kill. You can feel the Storm Spirit slowly pulling ahead. Denied the regen.
Yeah, he's going aggressive. Turns around onto Noob here when he's got Matthew and Kuroki to back him up here. Noob getting low. He's out of health. He's out of life. He's dead. FPZ from the sidelines as well. Everybody turning up to the middle lane right now. It's a party up in here. Samael needs to get himself away. Omar nearly brings him down, but doesn't quite have the damage. Matthew getting sucked away at by Omar, but it's not enough to get him down. So no deaths on the side of Nigma Galaxy. They keep Samael alive, and they get the kill onto Noob. Two big players coming out from Samael here.
And just a casual 8 heroes mid at the 6.5 minute mark.
Mine is truly a blessed life.
Both carries are just like, I'm just gonna farm. Keep it up, guys.
Oh no, solo XP? Oh, I hate that.
The fact that Sumo, in the moment of getting jumped on, still sees the moment to utilize his supports to jump back in. FPZ gets ganked by Noob once again. Knowing that his TP was available, but he'd already stepped up to a position of being too low to actually use it. But yeah, Nigma, they're poking a lot, right? But I guess the key thing here is Slark is trying to pressure Malik, but Lion, look at the value of Lion in lane. Of course, being deep underneath your tier 1 tower also helps, but yeah, the value of Earthspike just really stops Slark from getting the clicks off. And Void, 3,500 net worth to only the 3,000 of Slark. The carry kind of difference now is slowly pulling ahead for Void to have a better time. Of course, don't forget Slark. He buys cheaper items to play with. Like, if he buys Diffusal, he goes to kill. The same amount of economy on a Void as like a Mask of Madness or a Maelstrom. He's still farming. He's still kind of lost within the jungle.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Quest looking to kind of collapse on the middle lane here. Kuroki, I mean, is going to be the target. Not exactly the high value kill. And now Storm jumps flying onto the sidelines. They've used all their lockdowns, so he's just free to go for whoever he wants. He's able to take down Omar. Haori does pop the
Someone's dying to the jungle.
attendants here. But it's going to be a while. Oh, Samael does fall. Noob's able to run him down. Solar Bind plus Urn. It's such a strong combo. And unfortunately, out of mana on the Soul Spirit means he cannot get away. And now Matthew getting beaten down as well. Noob just taking names right now. Looking for another one. Should find it. Right click is there. Some prime console gameplay coming out from Noob right now. Now the Chronosphere comes down onto Mars as well. Allows Noob to kind of close the gap here. And once again, there it is. The Solar Bind with the Urn, the slow, the damage, the clicks coming in from all of Quest as they move across the map and get themselves yet another kill. And it's Noob with the triple kill. The Kotl comeback.
Okay, just free casting his spells the entire fight. Sumo, he jumped in, put himself to low mana, and then had to walk away. And the value of this Ench creep, right? This Dark Troll Summer, constantly clicking down Kuroki, constantly clicking down the Storm Spirit, and they're desperate to kill off the Kotl. They're diving in once again.
Yeah, I think they might just get him, but Samael, as he gonna go down as well. He's gonna survive through it. They get the Noob Kotl. Man, the mid brawling coming out right now from both these teams is so exciting to watch. It's all about the mid lane right now, but Samael comes diving across the map, looking for a +1, turns it into a kill into Kaori as well. The nukes are there. FBZ has the damage to help out to get through those Nature's Attendants, not let that regen stuck through. And, oh look, Matthew's preparing a nice little stack in the jungle.
Helps that Sumo had the Arcane Rune, but yeah, also we got like more kills in this game in the first 10 than we did, what, in like 20, 30 of the last game. So I'm liking the fact that teams are picking up the pace, a little bit more aggressive.
So when do we see our Slark really get involved? Is it going to be the Mage Slayer timing?
Oh, he's going Mage Slayer first, but yeah, sure. I feel like Mage Slayer will give him confidence to poke his head out, but Mage Slayer plus Diffuser will be the I want to keep trying to sweep across the map and break it. We'll see how he wants to approach this. Of course, if you're a Slark and you go aggressive but you just die, then you will just be out-farmed and kind of lose your aggressive capabilities.
I'll take that.
So he needs to pick the correct time to make that move. Amar was bottom with the Invis rune. He's got quarter duration left. It will allow him to start with the Hex. There is no sentry down for Miracle to see if he's in to see the line. He does have a read on it though. He is farming quite defensively. Now smoked up on PSG Quest, wrapping around. They do need to start with the line though. If they throw the Enchantress first, then he will be able to get his spells off.
He sees him. He breaks it. Dives away. Miracle on the run. He needs some help, and he needs it now, but no one's really coming in. Noob's here as well. Miracle, he's pretty early there with the Dart Pack, but able to follow up with the Shadow Dance as well. But in comes the Earth Spike, and yeah, Miracle. He led a good chase, but with 4 heroes surrounding him, the amount of lockdown this team has, they're easily able to rip through that little fishy. Topside, looking to trade it for a tower at the very least, but Noob comes TPing on over.
They have Chrono available too.
That's always a scary one. Arena comes down though. FBZ's here. They've got the kisses coming through as well. The lockdown is good from Kuroki as well. They'll chain it up. They'll get the kill into TA 2000. Malik comes in. Makes the hook, but I'm not sure he wants it as Samael comes diving on the backlines, finds Omar. That's his man. Finds the mark. Now that frees him up to do whatever he wants in the fight, but maybe not that as a dismember. It's through with a spear to follow. Samael, though, taking too much damage here from the Kotl and might just tick away to the classic Solar Bind. And nope, he's going to be okay. Dodges most of the Spirit Vessel damage with that zip and gets himself away to safety. The Kuroki, he's in a position. But he's fine. TP out under the tier 2 tower. No problems.
The chat was so ready. They typed out 4 letters and now they're hitting backspace, backspace, backspace into then POG, you know? They were so ready to type a whole different thing there. But yeah, Kuroki, nice little position there, nice little TP. Nigma in general, they're being very aggressive. They're utilizing the Storm Spirit. PSG Quest, they were trying to bait the Void top. They had the preemptive TP from Quetzal, had that heal going, but with the stun, the spear, and the root, Void this early on with no Dispel, he wasn't able to get rid of any of that to be able to time walk. And yeah, I'm liking the punches both teams are throwing at each other right now. Another smoke from PSG Quest, but yeah, that was a very optimistic go. They needed the Storm to be in the river for that, and even when they failed to go mid, they're now running to top. They're, you know, both teams just swinging punches at each other. Net worth slightly favoring Nigma. They do have Chrono still.
He's so slow. Blinding Light kind of ruins the cookie as well. Chrono Spear going to be forced out here onto FBZ. FBZ is whatever. You chrono me, you bring 4 heroes to kill me, you get me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This tower will be going down. In the middle lane, also a lot of counter pressure coming out from Nigma Galaxy as well. Kuroki just always feels super aggressive whenever he's got Samel behind him, you know. Knows that if he can start a fight, then the Storm Spirit is going to follow up. Now jumping on through, but Omar's here with the double stuns.
I think it's the logic of, well, if they use an Earth Spike or a Hex or a Solar Bind on a Crystal Maiden, then suddenly the Storm Spirit has free reign to enter the fight, right?
100%, yeah.
Like, if Kuroki had like 8 deaths, then it's like, all right, we gotta chill down, right? Like, he's only got 2 deaths to his name, so clearly it's working out. Clearly he's setting up for others to succeed right now, and this is kind of the way that they need to play this draft, right? It's the no cares attitude. It's they have so many cheap spells to keep going, to keep hunting. FBZ will pick up his Blink Dagger at some point. You pair that with the Sumo Orchid on the Storm Spirit, and it is just go time. If we take a brief moment to look at Faceless Void, he really is just mode farm, right? He's got Mask of Madness. He's looking to go for Maelstrom. He's got 2 farming items. He now has to invest, 4,000 plus gold into either a BKB or a Manta. He's like, what, 5 minutes plus away from being survivable in a team fight. Same thing for Malik, right? He's got just a Veil. He's looking to go for a Lotus. It's a very good Lotus game against the Frostbite or the Orchid from the Storm, the Pool. Just, they need so much gold. And this is Nigma's window. With this draft, as soon as you enter this 15-minute mark, they need to break the map. They need to keep going, keep hunting. And PSG Quest, just weather the storm. They've done it time and time again in their games. They've been behind in momentum, and they always find a way to get themselves back into a game like this.
Very cool. They're very obnoxious here and just kind of running at Noob, putting the pressure onto
that
him.
hook.
Yeah, it's too close for comfort, but Arena comes down, Kiss is coming out as well, Hook is there, and I mean, they're doing the damage right now. Miracle comes jumping back in to finish off Noob, and they'll get him. Samel, nice cookie forward, catching out Malik. Malik now in the Electric Vortex, too much damage coming through to the Pudge, and it is 3 heroes dead, maybe making it 4 as FBZ already looking for the +1. Samel comes zipping in from the sidelines, Miracle's here as well, the right click gets the job done. 4 dead on the side of Quest. Oh, it was so obnoxious from Miracle to start off that fight, but it was actually perfect. The whole team comes to rescue, completely turns it around on their heads.
Yeah, the early game damage source is this Keeper of the Light, right? And FBZ, when he hits this like 3-man arena contained with the Mortimer Kisses on top, like these supports are just gonna die instantly. Like, you don't have any magic resistance on this Enchantress. She went for 1 point in heal, so she isn't tanky. The Lion, of course, is just a 900 HP hero. He doesn't have his shard yet for the debuff immunity.
Yep.
So yeah, I think Nigma are just punishing PSG Quest quite nicely as I try and fight off hiccups mid-cast.
Indeed. The the other thing to mention about the Lion Shard as well, it's one of these weird ones which is actually 80% magic resistance rather than 50%. Like, BKB is 50%, like a lot of other spell BKBs are 50%, but yeah,
Lifestealer and Jug are also 80%.
Lifestealer and Jug, yes. BZ down to the low ground. They'll be okay.
Chrono is available. They have smoked up the Void. Somewhat reminiscent of the last game, right? PSG Quest, they enter the mid game, they look for a smoke, and they just find nothing.
Yeah.
Diffusal Blade now complete on Slark. This is...
I feel like last time these guys played against each other as well, that wasn't the case. You know, like Quest were constantly finding kills on the map. You know, there were always people on lane to be brought down. So I feel like there's definitely improvements being made from Nigma Galaxy as they kind of shake off the rust in these qualifiers. Malik now being jumped. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Kaori's nearby, but what can you really do other than watch Malik go down? Mega kill now for Samael as well. Man, hit this man in his storm.
Yeah, you just cannot show. Oh, and Corey, he shows as well. Farewell.
BZ happily going to throw down an arena for this one. Absolutely, why not? Nice little bottle refill nonetheless. And meanwhile, Miracle gets himself a little solo kill onto a Lion. Kind of falling apart for Quest right now. The aggression from Nigma Galaxy is just too much for them to really survive through. 8k gold advantage at 18 minutes into the game. Like,
yeah,
this is turning into a bit of a beatdown.
Yeah, the Nigma found an opportunity to kill Pudge in laning phase, which I said was crucial. They stunted his growth. They've enabled Storm Spirit to keep finding kills, and they're moving as a unit across the map. And PSG Quest, they understand that if they go for a chrono and don't get a kill, they have no tools to protect each other to then take a fight. And this Pudge, he's not that tanky. So yeah, right now, this is Nigma has all the chips to do whatever they want. Roshan, they can't really do though. So that objective will hurt them potentially down the line. The fact that they can't easily get this Aegis to even further punish this Faceless Void. Potentially with Lil Shredder and the Blightstone, if they bring all 5 heroes, they could do it. They just need to make sure that they take away some resources from PSG Quest before they attempt it. Right now they are sweeping across the map to the bottom side. Who will show themselves to be the next victim of the Nigma regression? Oh, and it's okay.
Smell just comes blasting on through to the back lines, finds the Lion, takes down his boy, and now looks to head towards the other support as well. Both Amara and Kaori made short work off in that arena. Miracle looking for more, landing onto Malik here. Malik turns around, tries to dismember, but the dieback was good. But TA2000 here with the chrono, the damage into it. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Miracle's gone. Now they move to the next target. FBZ is going to be that target. A buyback from Kaori means he's here to deliver the spears. Hiroki is going to be the next target. TA2000 and Kaori. They don't have enough damage to bring him down. Illuminate a little bit late there. Hiroki gets away. Nice response from the side of Quest. They get themselves 2 big kills in the turnaround here.
Yeah, and it all starts with the fact that Sumo, he does a large zip. So he sees a couple heroes at the front of the fight, but he zips all the way past onto that line, drags the fight kind of north of that tier 2 tower, and then Nigma's they're force staffing each other, they're kind of pushing each other into the fight, and it looks real good, but I think they overstayed their welcome. Pudge, even though he's not having a good game, he's still inherently quite tanky. He buys enough time for tier 2000 to kind of digest that the fight is playable. He then walks in, hits that chrono before Salat can get his ultimate off, and yeah, it is a free kill, and that just fully turns it around. Miracle, he's got to be careful. Faceless Void is the counter to your hero. He will contain you, he will 100 to 0 you in the right circumstances if you don't get off your ultimate, your defensive spells. And that accelerates the Void on his way to survivability, right? He is now a recipe away from BKB. We were talking about how his game was kind of despair, kind of farm. And that one fight, that one net worth swing, he's kind of back in it. 416 gold obtained from killing the Mars. 448 going the way of the Pudge for killing the Slark. This is some pretty big cash injection to help them out. And yeah, the Shrouds has been complete for the Pudge, so...
Yeah, a little
Quest
more
are
tankiness.
scaling.
Certainly will help out, at least against the Storm Spirit. Not so much against the Slark if he can get on in, though. Yeah, I just want to point out that TA2000 made a really, really good read up on the top side. He was farming the creep corridor, sensed something was wrong, and just did a little time walk. That good old skip back into the Dire base from the top right hard camp. Yeah. Hit squad of Samael, Kuroki, and FBZ left empty-handed.
I travel light.
BKB finished for Noob. Of course, in the last fight, did see that one coming out. Let's make him much more formidable. Can't just be blown up by the storm on the backlines anymore. Can't just be killed off by an arena spear into kisses.
Yeah. That also was helped the fight out. After Storm killed the Lion, he looked at the Koto and went, wait a second, he's BKB'd. What do I do next, right? You don't really want to lay into an Enchantress. With 1 point in the touchable, with the Nature's Attendance, like it's an awkward kill for a Storm Spirit until you get like BKB Witchblade. So now Nigma, they are potentially second guessing themselves just a little bit now, knowing that the Void is a threat. The BKB's online. The fact that Pudge isn't as squishy as before. He's got 62% physical resistance, nearly 50% now on the magic.
Yeah, it's no joke.
The jumps though will still be the same though for Nigma. It's find the line with the Storm Spirit, from there reset, and try and find a way to kite out the Chrono. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Miracle in these fights. The Slark Void matchup isn't too fun for Slark, but if he can get in, get that Shadow Dance off, bait the Chrono out. Chrono lasts 4.25 seconds. Shadow Dance lasts 4.25 seconds. So like he can give or take perfectly sync up his usage of the spell with the Chrono.
Matthew,
and remove it from the game.
Get caught out here. An invasion from Quest, as they're the ones on the aggressive this time, but he's very elusive with the 4 staff plus the cookie, able to get himself down the cliff into safety. Very nicely done from Matthew. Quest leave empty-handed once again. It's a game of intense violence for the first 15 minutes, and then a lot of
slowed
kind
down
of
a lot, yeah.
empty-handed fights. On 5 damage now for the Faceless Void, though, so if they can make another fight happen here, it would be great for them. But in reality, you know, they're happy to just kind of go for other things. Looking at the Tormentor instead.
Yeah, that fight really just kicked the wind out of them, right? Like the fact that click on Keeper of Light, right? He's rushing a Hex as his next item. So now the fights, when they progress to the Roshan pit, the big moments, something that we already mentioned, Enigma, they can't really take Roshan. They would love an Aegis to really threaten this Void, but their draft, the time spent, like they'd need to use CM Ultimate plus a little Shredder with everyone right-clicking.
Yeah.
Like people are going to get to low mana. It's just so much time to do it, right? And
yeah, it'd be very awkward indeed. Need something like an amplified damage or something like that to help them out with Roshan.
And no, because that's Kotos is going to soon have a Hex. He's a couple thousand gold away. Lion is about to just pick up his Blink Dagger. Shiva's soon complete on Pudge. Yeah, some big timings are coming out for PSG Quest, and for Nigma, what's the response they've got? A BKB now on Mars, the Witchblade complete on Storm Spirit, and an Axe complete on Slark. So both teams are pretty fight ready. Scan comes out from PSG Quest. They are aware of the Roshan and
Scan as well.
Little Shredder. Like they are doing it. It's just a bit uncomfortable to watch at 25 minutes.
Yeah, not as slow as I was
PSG Quest just don't care.
But yeah, Quest scan out and they're just like, okay, I mean, I guess now we know it's happening. That's good. I just want to point out as well, Nigma Galaxy got super lucky with the Tormentor. It was a 50-50 between FBZ on the Mars and Kuroki on the Crystal Maiden. Obviously, one of these shards is like god tier. The other one is kind of like, meh.
CM is underrated. I'll say that much.
Okay, all right. Well,
it's not like S tier, but like I think it's a strong like A or B for the hero. The issue is the hero is like a C right now in people's eyes, so it doesn't matter if your shard's good. I'll give a little bit of reasoning. It tanks up creep waves. You can break it yourself by pressing Crystal Nova, so you push a whole wave for yourself, and it punishes cores that jump you, that don't have BKB or BKB's expiring, because that extra little bit of disengage into then root, it can just annoy people. So it has a lot of like map pushing play and soft nuisances to throw around. It isn't as impactful as a 2-man spear though. I'll give you that.
Now he is extremely
Miracle.
deep. And without his team
Into
as well.
Hex.
Hex, yeah. Chrono available. Do they even need it though with the Dismember coming on through? They're going to be able to take him down.
Oh, well, that's a little bit inconvenient for the team with the Aegis.
Yes. Maybe he thought he had it.
Yes, I think Wraith Band does give us a couple Aegis nuances.
The Smail, he's going to be able to break himself free of this unlock. Not enough heroes nearby to bring down a Storm Spirit. He's going to be able to get himself back.
Well, it's very inconvenient for Nigma's ability to go aggressive. That is for sure.
Yep. I just have to wait for their slug to respawn and then hopefully
Radiant's
find a bit
middle
more
tower
aggression. But
is
they won't have a huge window in the slug. 3 minutes, it's all right. But
Yeah, I don't think Miracle's respecting the Lion, right? Like, they pick Slark into a Void, they pick Slark into a Lion. If the game is yours to control, then sure, Slark can run around the map, do anything he wants. But when the game gets even, at any minute there's going to be a Blink Hex. There is no pro player in the world that will perfectly get a Dark Pact off on a Blink Hex line. It is instant. Unless you have preemptive vision, sure, but like
Radiant's middle
you
tower
don't see
is
that.
under attack.
And I think Miracle's playing as if he's going to hit the Dark Pact or his team's closer. He needs to tighten up with his team for sure. And they are now hugging each other. They are now looking to see what they want to do on the map. But yeah, ever since that one Chrono at the mid tier 2,
yeah,
they just don't have the confidence to fight at all. Yeah, they are.
Void, he is
Someone
farming.
said
He's
wait for something.
overtaken the Mars. He's looking to overtake the Storm Spirit next. If Storm Spirit can't get some more kills coming in, then TA2000 will be the richest hero in the game, which is not a happy game state for the side of Nigma Galaxy.
Radiant are
Ooh,
scanning.
Matthew's looking to go for the Aghanims on the Snapfire. Something that we don't
Looking to
see
go
too
to his
often,
grave,
but
I think TP out though in the tree line and just spotting him an instant too late.
yeah, so gobble up. The cast range isn't perfect, but it could be a Chrono answer. Is that the reason why I'm...
He's got an Aether already.
He could also go-
doesn't.
Yeah, no. Also, initiation. If he gobbles his storm onto the backlines, then you're saving some mana. Like I could see it being a tool, but yeah,
Mars.
interested
I
to
mean,
see
all
how
of these heroes
gobble
are
up
being
works.
thrown in, including the Crystal
True.
Maiden. Hey, you never know. Maybe Kuroki buys a BKB and gets thrown in for the huge freezing field plays. I'm here for it.
Simil jumping.
He's looking to pick up an Enchantress kill here, and TA2000's not looking to go for the Chrono, and especially onto the Aegis target. Okay, I said Simil needs to keep his kills coming in. He does exactly that onto the Crystal Maiden. Obviously not the highest of value kills. It's Miracle hanging around the entire enemy team once again.
Tower is under attack.
This time,
Onto the Enchantress.
except the Enchantress. Has the Yags and has the team much closer biased. This is fine. Hook onto the Storm Spirit. I mean,
Hex.
obviously a Storm. He's not really too bothered. And yeah, that was a Hex reveal from the Keeper of the Light. Not massive. Storm still playing around with this Aegis right now. 30 seconds left.
If they executed just a little bit better there, that would have been Storm losing his first life with 40 seconds on the Aegis into then a Chrono to layer up on top. We already spoke, there's no saves right now for the Chrono. There's no Wind Wakers, there's no gobble up with the cast range from a Snapfire. So if Quest was able to hit that extra stun on that Storm Spirit, they would have been able to kill him off. And the PSG Quest, when the Enchantress respawns, Aegis will be expiring in the next 7 seconds. And there is so much kill threat though on Nigma. Like, one spear into Storm with the Prasma. Like, they have plenty of damage. They just need to find that jump. And it does really fall down to FPZ and the Storm Spirit. You cannot rely on Cookie. You cannot rely on a root from a Frostbite on the CM. And the Pounce on a Slark is not an initiating tool against heroes with BKBs. So Storm Spirit and Mars, they need to make sure that they are kind of disciplined in the upcoming fights. Because if they do want 100-0 Void, it's all on them. Otherwise, they need to kite out the Chrono and then look to take the secondary fight that will form.
Yeah, and Chrono's just getting more and more deadly as time goes on. Got the Mjolnir. He's even got a Nemesis Curse, which increases damage a lot. And you're looking in towards the Skadi as the next item pick up for TA2000. So plenty of threats. Not sure heroes are going to be able to withstand a Chronos here anymore.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well,
They're
really
smoked
good.
up. They're looking. There's no one here though. Everyone on Nigma, you know, Kuroki's up on the top side of the map. You got Slark and Mars running down to the bottom tier 2. Roshan might respawn in 2 minutes, but this smoke is not for that.
It does feel
And they
like the
don't have a
best
scan
way to
available.
gank Nigma is to just stand as 5 heroes in your own jungle and wait.
Haste.
Every time PSG Quest have gone to find someone, they found nothing.
It read very well, I think, but on the flip side, they have had a few freebies just kind of running into them, so Who knows what to make of that. Either way, Matthew with the old skill build did actually swap up, decided instead to go for the Wind Waker. Probably the better saving option if that's what he wanted. And I think that does show a bit of his thinking there. That
No. It's the cast range aspect that was confusing me. It's like, if you go for I'm pretty sure you don't have the cast range. So is it really reliable? But if he does get the Wind Waker, then he already has a 4-star, so it's not like he has a blink, which is like instant blink Wind Waker, you're saved. It will still be a little bit clunky to get it off in the fight, but it's at least a step in the right direction. And it feels weird. We're talking about how Nigma are kind of struggling, but they're the ones with the net worth lead. They are farming very well across their cores, but it just doesn't translate to the fight. Because the items that they bought, the heroes that they have, it's, you know, early game killing heroes that are slowly going to fade away until they have more, and they found Enchantress.
they have FPC with the spear up to the high ground, but Enchantress, she does have the Hurricane Pike to buy herself a little bit of time. The magic damage is there, but the heal's coming through from Noob's. Going to keep him alive for the time being, but Kuroki finishes the job with a very quick freezing field. But now he's in a bit of an awkward position himself, despite the Lotus Orb, not really doing a whole lot. Miracle jumps in and jumps out, decides, fuck this, I'm out. Tier 2000 trying to chase, though, has a Chrono Spears. Got to be careful. The Hex ranges are ridiculous from the Coddle, and that's going to allow them to close the gap onto the Slug with the BKB. There's nothing to stop Tier 2000 just being his headed, and now the Storm dragged across the fight. Dismembers out onto him. He's gone as well. Samael, he takes a fall, as does Miracle, and Enigma. Now all they can do is back themselves away. Quest still chasing, still on the hunt, but with the Spirit Form ending on Noob, I'm not sure they're going to be able to chase. Well, maybe they are. Pudge still has the catch available to keep on chasing down young Matthew here. Onto the high ground he goes. FBZ is here, though, has the spear. And now, well, Samael buying back to this one. Wants to bring down Malik. I mean, it's a brave buyback here. Certainly going to get them the 1 kill. Can it get them any more? Doobie's got the BKB still available, but it runs out. And now they can finish the job. And that's going to be 2 kills going the way of Nigma Galaxy. They find the turnaround. It does cost them a buyback from the Storm Spirit, but they bring it down 2 extra heroes and keep their buildings alive.
But he doesn't get the gold, right? He gets the buyback, but the Snap and the Mars, they're the one to benefit from it. 1100 gold going the way of Mars. You got 900 for Snap, only 200 gold obtained from Storm Spirit for the buyback. It's not going to feel too good there. And the main issue here is, what's the Slark's impact in these fights? Time and time again, you know, top lane when they had the Aegis, he's by himself and he dies. In this fight, Kuroki gets the kill on and onto the Enchantress with the ultimate, he instantly dies, and then Slark's now out of position. His first leap, he missed it. He went backwards whilst trying to jump in. He then jumped in after the fact and put himself into no man's land, and he tried baiting out the chrono, but the discipline from PSG Quest to wait out the ultimate to then layer the spells, and they're going to kill flying in top lane. But yeah, I think Nigma, they need to keep going for the pickoffs. They need to keep playing at a higher pace. They're just a little bit too slow now to punish this Faceless Void. They're giving him so much comfort in the fight to really understand the situation before committing, and that's not what you want to see from these heroes.
The pit, and it's about to respawn.
Oh,
just as a
the
remnant
remnant just faded.
Well. Oh.
There was okay, so the Storm Remnant was there, and it expired 1 second before it was up. 1 second difference to knowing Roshan was available.
He did use it when the timer said 12 seconds, so I thought it was actually going to reveal it, but indeed, Roshan does have like that 1 second buffer.
But Chrono is still on. Okay, no, it's not. It's up. It's available.
Yes, sir.
And PSG Quest, they're going to contest this Roshan. They gave up the first one for free, even with the scan. Sumo walks in, surprise, he's alive. Can they do it quick enough? PSG Quest, they have 5-man smoked up. They're running over. This could be a disaster for Nigma if it's not quick.
All eyes on Matthew here. He's just picked up this Wind Waker. If he's going to save anybody, then it has to be huge.
Roshan screams, announcing his death.
Help me! Now they jump out. The fake from Nigma. They're wrapping around. Can they find anyone? TA2000, the smoke gets popped. If he jumps here, he could find an amazing catch onto the only 2 supports, so maybe not that amazing. Quest holding a 5-man lineup here. Malik moves into the pit, and they go, hey, look, Roche is here. And they're going to
look at Sumo's positioning, though. Noob's looking, kind of.
He's in so
Do they have any vision here to go for the snipe?
Yeah, kisses. It shows it. Roshan getting low. TA2000. He's focusing on the Roshan. Samel jumps in, but it's going to be the Aegis going to TA2000 as well. And he cancels the chrono. Almost got baited out there. Doesn't go for it, though. Storm, he did get the cheese, so it's not empty-handed on Samael, but definitely not what they wanted.
Yeah, he desperately wants that Aegis after buybacking minutes ago.
Yes.
He needed that second life. He needed a little bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card. The game is just getting awkward, and you know, Matthew setting up the vision to allow the sniper. Just Void perfectly on top of that spot to to keep clicking to secure the Aegis. And
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he didn't drop the chrono just on the Roche, but
sometimes the Void does that. Sometimes in these situations, they try to do it in Storm. Gets hit, but no
scary.
follow-up.
Very scary.
Yeah, and the fight also relatively awkward, right? Because FPZ, when he blinked in to try and make a counterplay, he instantly got hexed up pre-BKB. So he wasn't able to apply any additional pressure to the fight, which gave, I guess, the Void even more comfort in going, okay, you've dealt with that problem. I will now deal with the chrono. Well, sorry, with the Roshan. Aegis now on this face's Void. He has Skadi, Mjolnir, a BKB. Extremely tanky. Some would even say unkillable to what the lineup of Nigma now presents.
Could be said, and I don't think I could disagree.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Heal us.
4,000 absolutely the boss of this game. On the faceless Void.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, still, waiting for that chronosphere and whether Nigma Galaxy can land the saves.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still waiting for Miracle to really find a decent fight for himself as well. Like, it's been such a kind of famine Slark game, which, it's usually one or the other when you pick this hero. He missed jumps.
He's got 3 permanent Agi as well. 40 minutes into the game, there's 26 kills. He's only been part of, 3 kills in which he obtained permanent Agi, and he's currently down this like
skin.
Yeah. He's got it's like 3 little branches, but without.
Oh, it's serious. It's slippers of agility. I don't know why I used the band development skin.
That's true.
It's
He's
literally
got slippers of Agi.
He's got slippers of agi. Nice.
Well, that's pretty rough actually when you think about it that way.
This is no.
God. He's got 140 gold worth of Agi right now, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
This man he's cooking.
He's not cooking. He's starving. FBZ, meanwhile, he's getting blasted right now at the top side, tried to go for the wave. Pop a BKB, he's got Lotus Orb upon him as well, and the Hex out onto the TA2000 just to try and keep himself alive. FBZ will survive through it for now. That's the price you pay if you step out of base. Well, also testing that one as well.
And then 1 minute 50 on the Aegis. Jumping this Void would just lead into an instant Hex from either the Kotl or the Lion. They're doing their best just to try and delay, throwing out some roots and some attack slows. It's probably the best that they can do right now. Miracle, he's here now. He's got the Skadi to reveal.
Oh, jump straight in onto the face of this Void. No subtlety at all coming out from the Slark as he just straight up pops a Shadow Dance.
Okay, the base is defended. That will be the saving grace for Nigma, right? Like PSG Quest at high ground siege, it is just the Void hitting by himself. No other hero on their lineup likes to try and take down buildings, and Void himself, his damage is normally locked within his time lock, right? So it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable trying to break down this high ground with the spell casting of CM, Mars, Snapfire there. They have ways to push out the waves relatively safely.
47 seconds left on this Aegis. How does Quest's game plan change whenever this Aegis runs out?
Just being ready. I feel like the Aegis gives them confidence to hit a tier 3, but when they lose the Aegis, they just need to hug each other and be ready for the attempt of a fight from Nigma, right? Like when you have a Storm, Slark, and soon to be Hex on Mars. Actually, he has the Hex, sorry. Like, they're always going to be hunting.
Yeah.
Because if they're not hunting, then they are just getting outscaled, right? So as soon as Aegis fades, put down a high ground ward, hold each other's hands, be ready.
Sounds nice. Lose an Aegis,
Yeah.
you get to have hugs and hand holding.
I mean, it's just so wholesome. Dota is the game.
It's all meant to time. Aegis is out, therefore it's time to take those little side objectives, which, previously you just didn't care for. That's going to give Malik a nice little shot there. The save, which he immediately uses to gobble up his teammate. Heals him up nicely. Ooh, didn't they jump? Just onto Kaori. Testing the waters more than anything. Don't want to fully commit onto a fight in the river there. That would be nothing short of a disaster if they tried to go for that one.
What was Storm's previous purchase? Oh, it's the BKB.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, no, it was BKB. It was BKB. I was like looking at his inventory. Like, I feel like something's new here, but I can't remember. I'm kind of lagging right now. Okay, it is the BKB. So he's got a 9-second BKB for the upcoming fights.
Always nice to have.
Yeah. I'd potentially argue that this could be just a good BKB game for the Slark.
I was thinking that as well, yeah. Does seem like
Yeah.
an option if Matthew just, fortunately, meets inside a quest all by himself. Awful.
So most of the damage that Void does, of course he does an immense amount of right click damage now, right? But the Mjolnir procs, the time locks, like if you can just reduce that in some way, on top of the fact that Omar and Noob are just so clinical with their hex usages, be it through the spell or the item, I think it would give a little bit more confidence for Miracle to enter a fight. He's looking potentially to go for the Silver Edge option, which is more about positioning, and FPZ's been found. Miracle jumped in.
Yeah, this is a tricky target to bring down. Now the Chronosphere lands onto the two of them. That's going to make sure they finish off the kill onto FPZ, though it's taken a while, especially with the root coming in from Kuroki, to buy FPZ some time. No ways, he survived this blink away. He's looking for the escape TP out, coming out behind the tree, and the Shadow Depth Shroud just to make sure he gets out of jail. That is a hell of a save coming out onto their teammate. Saving Private FBZ. My goodness.
Yeah. FBZ, he keeps jumping in, but not preemptively BKBing, so there's opportunities where he might go low. And finally, after so many fights that he does just get 100 to 0, he's tanky enough now to survive. Beautiful spear and then to blink out.
Yep.
Miracle jumping back just to cover, just in case, with the Depth Shroud. But now that Chrono's on cooldown for 90 seconds, it doesn't matter because he's got a refresher. I was maybe going to say that Nigma, there's some hope, right? There's a window of opportunity. But he has that Chrono.
Yeah, another one locked and loaded if it's needed. Oh, refresher
PSG
void.
showing some signs of they're a little bit too keen, right, to try and make the play, right? They've been so used to Miracle not doing anything, getting free kills, and then FPZ jumping in and dying, and now eventually it's like, wait a second, they're not dying in our Chrono by myself anymore. I do need my team to help follow up, and Nigma there, look at them, like, this is how Dota's so funny, right? Because it's like they're so aggressive, they lose to one Chrono, instantly scared for 20 minutes. They survive one Chrono, and look at them, they're like, we can do it, guys. They're like flooding the map. Miracle's like leading the charge. Surely they're aware of the refresher though. Like he's been on division. One person just needs to click him. There is a 30-second window where the primary Chrono isn't available, but he does have that refresher, like I've said.
The thing is, Roshan's about to respawn in just a second. They need to invade this area.
Kuroki's just running in. Look at him.
Okay, Kuroki on the front lines. What's up, boys? There's the loaders coming out onto him. Oh, they've cut the storm. They catch the storm. The cookie is there. It'll be enough to keep him alive, though. I don't think so. Oh, zip away. They don't lock him down. They don't drop the Chrono. They don't drop anything. Samael, he gets to escape. Now, Nigma Galaxy looking to go on the offensive.
They have double ninja gear, so both Mars and Slark are smoked up. Storm, he still has the cheese. He's rushing his way to top.
I think Chrono was just like a second off coming off cooldown naturally, so they didn't want to pop the refresher for that to just get like 5 seconds off it. But that does mean the Storm survives, and they lose Kaori as well. Now it is going to be a lopsided fight. Roshan, sure, he starts it. It's not the quickest, but it's not the slowest. Nigma,
they have more
to get
kisses
in the area.
They need to scout that out. If you're Nigma, if you want to contest this, they need to just have some level of vision. And PSG Quest, they're respecting it. Yep, there it is. Vision obtained. They now understand the situation. Yep. Kuroki still has buyback, but nowhere to TP to. Only the outpost in the Radiant Triangle. 2 Chronos are available in this fight.
Whew, that was a close hook.
5,000 gold is available for Miracle, but of course he does need buyback, so there's no item he can really buy that won't just grief his game in the buyback department. The same smoke wraparound is occurring from Slark and Mars.
Yeah, they got the double ninja gear, so they just keep on trying to make these plays. They've got unlimited smokes between them, so why not? It's a really cute play. If they find a lion,
in the back. FBZ found them.
FBZ, they find two of them. Amar, they're going to come across it, but they blink straight past, looking for other targets. I mean, the Creeper of the Light would also need a great catch here, but the BKB comes down, and they turn around to the Mars, and the Chrono comes down. They catch out both the Mars and the Slark. The depth shouts onto the Mars, but it doesn't make a difference. Miracle, he needs to get himself away. Jump out, but the damage is there. They'll take him down inside his ultimate. Great hook from Malik as well to make sure the Slark goes down. Sumail just had to leave. Couldn't commit to that one.
FBZ is struggling in this game. Time and time again, he blinks in, but he's just not pressing the BKB. And then the Kotor or the Lion just hex him up seconds later. He has a refresher. He had Arena if he wanted. It was on cooldown, but he could refresh the Arena. He had 2 hexes, a BKB. He had everything to throw into this fight. But instead, he just gets hexed up and killed. The Chrono so big that it just put the Pudge next to the Mars as well. So he just died to rot during Chrono. Nigma, they're trying to make the big plays, they're trying to make the wraparound, but they're just not executing when they get to the fights. In PSG Quest, they're kind of laughing at this point. They're like, all right, sure, thanks for coming into our vision and dying, I guess. It's so lopsided, it feels. Just Nigma struggling to find the spells and the items in the big fights.
Now you've got an Aghanims on the Faceless Void from Roshan. You've got the Aegis as well. It's going to be really, really difficult to bring this guy down. 35k net worth. Pretty much 10k net worth above anybody else in the game at this point.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Nigma, they need to find a clean initiation to this fight. Otherwise, the hopes and dreams of making it to ESL One Birmingham may be over. It just feels like an impossible task. The jump in on a bonk on CM's head. Stuns out onto the 2 of them. The reflected Earth Spike actually doing a hell of a lot of work. Sumail jump the backline, just trying to finish off Omar, and will be successful in doing so. The bouncing overloads doing so much work in the backlines. Noob being chased to the end of the earth, and he's going to fall as well. Sumail doing it all right now, but Slark Chrono on the front lines will be losing his life. Buyback available though on the Slark should he want to use it. Matthews also being beaten down as well. FBC enters the fight, drops down the arena. All it's going to do though is hold back for now. Allow for the side of Nigma to regroup, come back in. FBZ re-engaging on this one. No mana at the moment though, so can't really go for the third jump in this one, but it doesn't matter. They've got the Void's first life regardless.
Wait, Tormentor!
What? Okay. Anyway, Omar's gone, and Nigma, they don't just make an offense. They're going to make an entire team wipe here.
It had to be Tormentor, right? 16 damage, yeah. I don't see any neutral creeps.
Yeah, I don't see no neutral creeps. I don't know how the hell that happens. That's a lot of gold just denied straight away from Nigma's side. But ultimately, huge win for Nigma Galaxy here. What a defense. Like, they finally engaged. Like, sure, it cost them some buyback, but I can't click on the Faceless Void to see what it was, but yeah.
I'm 99% sure that's the Tormentor. You take 30 damage in an AoE from 1200. It comes up as a neutral. He died to Tormentor. The 30 damage, 1200 radius tick of damage is only 16 when it hits you. He died to 16 damage from the Tormentor in a potential game-deciding comeback fight from Nigma, where they would have got thousands of gold.
Yeah, they would have been raining gold on them right then.
But it doesn't matter. They're still at the base. They're at the tier 3s. Sumail pulled an absolute shift in that fight.
He did.
He jumped the backlines. He destroyed everyone.
Just Kotal and Omar just taken out of the fight without a second hesitation. And now, Nigma Galaxy, with the turnaround in their hands, they'll looking to deal some real damage to the Quest base. Bottom barracks falling, top barracks falling, the damage coming in thick and fast. Of course, it is important to look at buybacks right now. Who has it? Who doesn't? Well, no buyback for Miracle. No buyback for Matthew. No buyback for the Pudge right now.
Is hurting so badly in this game right now. Like, he has currently got the entirety of Nigma on his shoulders. Every zip, every jump he makes. Matthew needs to go take a bath for some reason mid-game.
He needs to relax, guys.
You need to get some like salt water in the bath, you know, relax the shoulders of Sumail, you know. It's like he's a bit stressed right now. Karuki's are just lighting some candles, like, don't worry, Sumail, you're doing great.
We might be, this is going to be a long pause then, guys, because obviously, you know, you got to, hopefully someone else has filled it up, but, you know, if we've got to fill up the bath, then it might be a little while.
It took 51 minutes and 23 seconds to run the bath.
Bad heating, I guess.
No, they just got GH just doing it in the corner. Like, sorry, mate, you're not playing. You're on bath duties
You're
for
on bath
Matthew.
duty. The bath boy. All right. Well, at least we can have a look at some
What is
items we
this
got coming
game,
up
man?
because
Oh, God. I'm
That's
sorry,
okay.
but like,
completely lost it.
I just like the fact that, like, Dota just gives you these moments, you know? Like, what a beautiful
High
game.
stress,
Anyways,
high intensity, and then someone just pauses for a bath. All right, quick bath. Or maybe he's playing from the bath. Maybe you just need to strip off and get in and
he just
get it
dipped
set
his
up.
toe. It's actually the sponsored segment of the stream. He's playing on his Steam Deck.
Steam Deck from the bath. So what have we got coming up?
Hold
Then?
on.
We got a couple
Yeah,
of
focus
items.
up, focus up. Mainly, PSG Quest just lost 2 racks because of their overextension to top. The chronos didn't really... They helped, but because of buybacks, it went well. And also Miracle, the first chrono, he could have got his Shadow Dance off, but he didn't, which then forced him to buyback. So he might now... He doesn't have buyback value. So for PSG Quest, like, yes, you just lost 2 lanes, but if you go back again, like, kill Slark, he dies. He's out of the game, right? And Snap, no buy, he go. So I think Mars, FBZ, he's struggled a lot so far in this game, I feel, with some of his initiations.
Tormentor too strong.
They just tried doing Tormentor, but they can't do it. Tormentor's only kill faces voids in this game.
Yep. Samael, by the way, he did buy out for a full Aghanim Scepter and a the recipe as well. So now we have that AoE Electric Vortex. You know, like what he did last fight, it's going to be even easier this fight. But they've got a few more tools to deal with him. Bloodthorn now up on the Faceless Void with the Refresher as well. So the moment that BKB is gone from Samael, he has to be so dang careful. If he hasn't killed off Omar by that point, he's in trouble. And even then, there's still other threats.
The main thing for me is Void needs to respect that him jumping in to kill a hero, Storm will zip through that chrono and grab as many heroes who tried to clump up behind to throw in the damage after. And we saw the value of this overload. The damage is bouncing around these heroes. As soon as they're close together, it is going to be devastating. And if the game goes like some 14-3-11 Sumo Storm Spirit, he is going to always find those chances. So tier 2000, he's played a very disciplined game, but this is ever a time for him to make sure he executes. It's going to be right now. Somehow Nigma's back in the game. I mean, it always because of Sumo, but
Radiant are
this
Yeah,
tier 2 top could be the undoing of Nigma, right? Like, they need to somehow take this if they want mega creeps. If they don't care about mega creeps, then they need to win a fight big enough to then just get through the tier 4s and the Ancient. They're posturing in a way in the hope that they can do it.
Plenty of buybacks available, by the way. The only ones missing are the Slark and actually the Faceless Void who bought out for this Bloodthorn.
Dire's courier
Which,
has been
you know,
killed.
I'm kind of questioning, not gonna lie. I feel like buying out for a Bloodthorn doesn't feel like the play at this point in the game, especially when you're a Faceless Void with a Refresher Orb, but see if he ends up regretting that or not. It just proves how desperate they are to deal with Samael, though. The fact that he just buys out. Ooh, Coddle. Samael. He's gonna see him. Is this a go? It's not.
No, it's
he
a-
jumps where TPs.
See ya.
Wondering if Samael is considering a Bloodthorn. Sorry, not a
Miracle's already
Bloodthorn.
purchased one.
What I meant was Bloodstone, actually.
No, he's actually looking at a Bloodthorn.
Okay. Yes, he is. I was
He's
right.
upgrading his Orchid. I mean, he had an Orchid. I think for Storm, his option is either to go for Hex and replace the Orchid, because he needs the gem. There's a Glimmer on the Lion. There's just, like, I like the fact that he's kept gem this entire time.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't want to
absolutely.
jump and then go, I didn't respect Glimmer, fight's lost, right? He needs to always get the kill. When he jumps, it has to go right. So I love the fact he's holding onto the gem. He has enough control to utilize the bonus damage from the Bloodthorn. And that's probably the trade-off, right? He would rather have the bonus amp from Bloodthorn compared to just the harder control of a Hex. He already has Vortex. He has that hard control. Roshan might respawn in 30 seconds. Roshan hasn't really been Nigma's friend throughout this game, right? They've got the first one, but ever since then they got the kill but didn't get the Aegis. They then didn't really contest the next one. It's quite a balance. Both teams, they have all the tools to win a fight, but it's just a little bit easier right now for PSG Quest. because they have that double chrono, it will always be a titan of the late game, and we are 4 minutes away from tier 5 neutral items. The first tier 5 neutral item game I believe that we will have covered
Yeah, I think
so far in the MENA region.
probably in
And
the region,
Twitch
though.
chat just got to the bath segment of the stream, and I am loving it.
Oh,
I am
crowding.
lapping it up. They are.
Heard of wash your face, but now we have baths mid game. I love it.
Zhao Wei just dunking a full Jinkyu into the bath.
Samael needs to leave. He does do so. They've rooted him out this time. They've found the hiding Samael. Two minutes until Roshan respawns, so it is a long one, which means it's going to be a very tense wait. Of course, Kisses coming over the top just to make sure there's no shenanigans going on in the pit. Kisses, unfortunately, is like the only scouting tool they have, so...
Miracle, he's stepped up onto the high ground. He's aware that they're playing for Roshan, and he's looking, he's hungry. He has upgraded his 3 agi to 8, and he jumps onto noob, but forces a BKB.
Such a threatening position to be in. Like, everybody else is around Roshan pit. They're just doing their own thing in the bottom lane. The creeps are, like, running into the base as well, so the Coddle kind of needs to defend this, but... Yeah, Miracle just threatening away. Roshan still 1 minute away from respawning.
Noob doesn't have BKB for 67 seconds. Roshan will be up when that happens, but FPZ, he's jumped in, missed the spin, missed the hook.
Samael, he's TP'd in. What are you doing? He's going to get stunned up. Just remember, Chrono Spear coming on down. That's not how you enter the fight. They even catch out the Snapfire on the sidelines as well. Snapfire's going to get the Aeon Disc off at least to try and buy himself a little bit of time. Wind Waker away as well. TH2000 spots a BKB to try and bring him down. And now Miracle, he's got to find an entry to this fight, and he's going to do exactly that. But no, two-man stun coming out from Amar on the sidelines. This is the problem when you don't take down the line. He's doing too much work. FPC, though, with the double arenas, is it enough to buy
Storm
the time for them to get the Storm back into the fight? They're keeping them controlled. They're keeping the damage coming in. The Faceless Void is unable to bring any more heroes down. It's an awkward fight for Quest at the moment. TA2000, though, does eventually find the Kuroki in the backlines. It's a small kill, but it's a kill they'll take. Buybacks coming out from the two spots on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Yeah, there's a tier 4 gone. Ancient under attack for the side of Quest. They just need to keep distracting Samael and Miracle onto the Enchantress. Chrono Spear comes down to the two of them, though. It's a perfect 2 targets. FPC, he gets himself stuck in the Chrono as well, so can't even help out with the Spear. The base is safe. Oh no, Samael is not. He's going to lose his life. Dive back from Samael. Quest, everything is up for grabs for them right now. If they can just control out the game a little longer.
Sumo went from playing like the game of his life to carry Nigma to a twin gate TP chrono to a buyback into another chrono, from doing absolutely everything for his team to then nothing in a matter of seconds.
That's unfortunate to say the least. The jump-ins just weren't good enough. There was just not enough going on in the fight to distract the Void from getting off those key chrono spears. He knew his target from the get-go, and he found it. TA2000.
Trying to jump the Coddle. He still has the BKB though.
Miracle's here, coming in from behind, but yep, there you go. BKB comes on through. A lot of heroes coming in from the sidelines as well. Melek finds the fish onto Matthew. Matthew, well, there's Wind Waker coming to work again. Blink away as well. Man, he's elusive. Blink,
so
full stuff, Wind Waker.
If you're Nigma right now, you need to just get out. You need to try and disengage. He had a Hex available, so really good usage of the depth shroud there. For Nigma, Storm's up in 55 seconds. PSG Quest can't end this game. Exactly.
Good, yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're distracting. So Storm, he had the worst fight of his game. Probably the worst fight of his qualifier so far. But it's not going to be game losing. He's going to be respawning back up. They might concede one lane of Rex. They have done enough to keep PSG Quest away from balling up. 2 chronos in a minute, 1 chrono in 35 seconds, 60 minutes hit.
It's time.
What tier 5s are we going to be getting so far? Let's open up that shop.
He's looking. Giant's ring on Miracle. All right. Big fishy.
Force boots on the Pudge. Okay. Book of Shadows on the Coddle, so you can be a little bit more elusive.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really good one. I mean, the cast range on Book of Shadows with Coddle as well. You can use it on other people. It's
Storm's got it himself as well. So now Storm, if he can get that off pre-chrono, will help him out a lot. But okay, Storm's alive. The fact that we have this game, it hits 60 minutes, 20k gold lead, it doesn't matter. The Aegis goes the way of the Faceless Void. The Ancient is exposed for PSG Quest.
That's true. That's true. But buybacks as well, looking absolutely awful for the side of Nigma Galaxy.
I don't think we have to care about the Ancient, really.
Yeah.
For Nigma now, in their entire game is about survive the next fight. If we can take away that Aegis, if we can break down their resources, then that will easily span to another 5 minutes. Play for the next Roshan, but for now it's just position. Bide your time. You have 2 arenas, double hex from the Mars. If Storm can lock onto heroes, he does so much damage. It is just rare to see him get caught by a chrono. But 2, okay, FEZ, he's been jumped.
Yeah, this is a bad catch, actually. I mean, he's a one guy with buyback, so
It just
does get a chance to come back into this.
You got to ask the question though. Does he really need to be farming the camp at 61 minutes?
Yeah, I think they had like one more neutral.
The neutral
grab.
item,
4
yeah.
out of 5. I mean,
He was
not
missing
really
it. Oh,
worthwhile.
Matthew
Now
was
an
moving it, yeah.
Apex for TA2000 as well.
So you got Arcanist armor on the line to soak up some damage. You've got Mirror Shield on the Enchantress to reflect. And, yeah, okay, so that's about everything for Dire. Mirror Shield on Crystal Maiden. Sumo jumps
Samael
in.
commits. I mean, it's just an Enchantress, and they've thrown a lot towards him. Look for the Lion as well, but not really full commitment to this fight. Samael out of mana as well, has to back himself away. Not really the jump of dreams there. BKB's committed and all. TA2000 now just feels completely free to go around, take these barracks. 1 minute 30 on the Aegis.
Not a single buyback is available for Nigma. They make the jump.
Miracle. Yeah, he goes for it, but of course Malik there. Able with the save, I guess. I mean, FBZ is actually kind of... I'm not sure who's caught who. It's a nice catch from FBZ as he holds them both still. Again, Samael ready with the follow-up as well, but there's a Book of Shadows coming out onto TA2000 to get him out of danger. Doesn't get caught in the electric vortex inside the Book of Shadows. Didn't know that.
Yeah, bot wave is getting pushed in. Someone's going to have to react to that. So Pudge TP's back, and for Nigma, every minute is so valuable for them right now. Losing racks, it kind of doesn't matter at this stage of the game, but doing what you can to prevent it being fallen, to prevent them getting towards your tier 4s. It's going to be 2 minutes for Storm Spirit, scaling all the way up to 6.5 minutes for the Mars. Realistically, you just want to have the 4 buybacks on Storm and everyone bar Mars, and that is 3 minutes away. And for PSG Quest, they'll grab this bot wave, instantly come back again. They know that they shouldn't let down the pressure right now. They know they have the buyback advantage. 30 seconds left on Aegis. You need to respect that as well. If his Aegis expires and he gets jumped, Book of Shadows isn't used by the Keeper of Light, he could go down.
Bottom barrack to full. 1 barrack left remaining for Nigma Galaxy. 2 minutes left on those buybacks. It's a torturous time to wait. 10 seconds left on the Aegis. Can they jump TA2000 and get the kill 100 to 0? I don't know. FBC in some trouble. He doesn't have buyback anymore. It's a terrible time to be caught out, but the Death Shout comes through, but the Chrono lands. It lands onto the Slug, lands onto the CM. The Wind Waker is there, but Matthew just gets caught in the second Chrono instead, and the Storm's also inside of it, and that is going to be game with the Storm dead, with the Slug kind of being chased out here. FBZ back onto the high ground. I mean, the arena, it's awkward. Miracle, he's got to find a way to take this fight, but there's just nothing left to be done. Buybacks aren't available. Tier 4 starting to fall. This should be it for Quest. 2-0 on the brink. They'll try. They'll keep on trying. The spear back doesn't land. FEZ caught out of base. Miracle dragged out of base. Still trying to fight against this one. The Hex is out onto the faces forward, but Dismember out onto the slot. Miracle's gone. No buyback for Miracle either. FEZ being torn apart. 4 dead, no buybacks for another minute. All they had to do was wait another minute, but Quest didn't let them. They would not let up. GG is called, and the game will go to Quest in 65 minutes.
Oh, what a game, honestly. From the attempt of the bounce back from Nigma, the calm from the Faceless Void to be able to get to his items, to hit the Chronos, I think. Nigma, they nearly convinced the entirety of Twitch chat that they could win this.